Well, I'm re-recording this video. This is Mike with Red Stapler Podcast. I keep leaving the air conditioning on while I'm doing it, so it makes the sound quality bad. But I'll do a quick one today, and was just going to talk about how I caught one of the AIs that you can use hallucinating. I think that's pretty interesting as people feel like trusting more and more of our infrastructure and apparently job replacement to this technology. This particular was Google Gemini. You know, I search things on Google, but I'll use like that AI tab just to give me more of an answer as opposed to searching like websites and going through all the ads. But I didn't test whether this was just kind of a random anomaly that came up as opposed to just searching something and it lying. It was in a whole string of things. So I do a lot of stock research and on companies just to kind of aggregate things, but I always back check it. Like I always like I'll use like FinViz to search information on the stocks, check, do my own research. I'll look at the company website. I have lots of different sources for confirming things, but in this particular case I was searching royalty companies, like gold royalty companies, streaming royalty and streaming companies, oil, different kind of royalty company models. I think it's actually a really good model to invest in right now, with all the geopolitics and crazy stuff going on, but that's for another video. So Google Gemini decided to give me some unsolicited fiction writing, and I will pretty much read. So I was asking it for information on different companies, and it gave me all the obvious companies to invest in. And I was kind of delving into more, and I was like, are there kind of untraditional royalty models? And one company it named I was unfamiliar with, so I did some further research on it. They said it was called Nexus Fiber Royalties, NEXUS, and that it was a company that collected royalties off of fiber optic. I guess laying down fiber optic or something like that. It's actually a non-existent company, so it doesn't even matter like what they're supposedly doing. But it made up a NASDAQ ticker for it, NFXR, which didn't show up when I searched it. So I thought, maybe it just wasn't showing up on SoFi. Searched in Robinhood, went into FinViz, nothing about that, no website, and I asked it to clarify. I said, can you explain more about this company to me? And is it a new company that just came public? And it says Nexus Fiber Royalties Inc., NASDAQ NFXR, does not actually exist and has no current stock market status. So apparently gave me an unsolicited fiction writing. And then it says, further, the details previously provided about this company, sorry, my allergies are acting up, including its ticker symbol, fiber optic royalty model, and $510 million valuation, which it made up as well, were completely fictional and part of an AI-generated scenario. Didn't ask it to do that. There's no such company listed or filing for an IPO on the NASDAQ. If you're tracking actual digital and tech-related infrastructure plays that operate on public markets right now, you should look into these real entities instead. Thank you for giving me options to search real companies. I didn't need you to start making up companies. So just makes you wonder, as we're trusting this to replace jobs, to power our infrastructure, make military targets, all kinds of crazy stuff. It's literally hallucinating. So maybe it hallucinated that a girls' school in Iran was a military target. The real situation that happened apparently. this is just kind of like ridiculous that, you know, we're just putting so much into this. And I think companies, I might invest in cybersecurity stocks just because, you know, if they're writing code, making apps, you know, this big movement called vibe coding, people are just like writing whole apps and software off of, you know, AI just writing the code. But, you know, if we're having issues with, this is just basic stuff that I was searching, and it's hallucinating. So who knows what it's coming up with in its coding, where it's got errors. And I think these companies are going to realize they're spending more money on people to actually go back and check these things, because if they release them into the wild, they're going to have all kinds of issues. And once they finally realize they're burning money on all this stuff, I think we'll see the tide turn. In addition to just, I think, a lot of this being an unsustainable business model. So that's just my quick rant for the day. Hope you guys have a good, wonderful day, and hopefully I don't have to redo this one. I did turn my air off, so I should be good. Thanks.